I see Jerome's got his American flag shirt, hat. Got I tried my best. Saudi Arabia only lets us wear two American items on our show, no more. So anyway, congratulations to the big S, Scotty Scheffler, gold medal at the Paris Games, 62 in the final round, 29 in his final 9 holes. I mean, there's nothing much more you could say than he is the best golfer in the world.
I feel like we've gone back and forth on that question all year. Um, I mean, he is. Now you're talking world, right? Like PGA Tour has all different backgrounds. It's very diverse. Every tour is, but um, I mean, this was the best in the world, and he's on top again. Can't deny it.
Yeah, I did you guys watch? I know you know,
It
we
was it
sometimes
was kind of difficult too. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched reruns.
you guys fucking. I don't know how you guys sleep. Don't you have little kids?
I was golfing.
Yeah, he has kids. He just doesn't know.
Yeah. I mean, between Cheech's whoring and golfing, like he doesn't have time for much else.
That's right.
It's why he's going into retirement. It's taking too much of a toll on his body and his mind.
Thinking, you look. I mean, look at
Oh
completely
boy.
gray at 43. I
You're
mean, Jesus
24
Christ.
years old too. That's the crazy part.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
I can't wait for that screenshot.
I've been
Yo,
that quick since 24.
Arnold, Serge, screenshot that.
Arnold, can't wait. Arnold the
Oh,
King.
I'm battling a sore throat here this week, so I'm gonna let these guys talk. But
Oh, you just opened yourself up for
I know.
comments after comments right
Well, I
there.
got too many boyfriends trying to put their dicks in my mouth online.
I mean,
Must be nice to be so popular.
Arnold.
Have you guys seen La Nina or whatever his name is? The Sergio, fake Sergio now is all about us.
oh God,
I know.
No, I try not to spend too much time digging into it.
Isn't
it's
great.
I
comical.
know you love everything.
Wait, he dreams about it every night. Wakes up
Yeah.
ready to rock and roll on the
Oh no,
social media.
he dreams about it. He wakes up and he's like, "Oh, I'm totally gonna say this today."
I
So
got a good one for
he's got
today.
a little notepad.
Bring it,
Sometimes
Arnie.
sometimes it keeps him up at night.
No. I don't even think that's it. I think he actually pays someone to do it for him.
Yes,
I
this
went
is the
I went on I went on my on X the other day. I haven't been on it for a while and looked and I saw all these things come up from 54 golf and I'm like, Aaron has to pay someone to do this. I don't know how Aaron can spend that much goddamn time on freaking X.
dude. Not only do I post our stuff, but I also post the stuff that the trolls say. I am the guy who runs the 26 troll accounts that troll us. So,
Love it.
um, all right. So we had Jon Rahm in the lead heading into the final day of the Olympics. Actually, we had Jon Rahm in the lead heading into the final 5 holes of the Olympics, and Jon Rahm did not medal at the Olympics. We also had Rory McIlroy at the U.S. Open this year in the lead, or one shot off the lead, or tied for the lead, pretty much down the stretch at the U.S. Open. Had a let's be generous here, 3.5 foot putt. That's being generous. 3.5 foot putt to basically force a playoff, and Cold pushed it to the right, and that was it. Yeah, and Bryson, of course, won the U.S. Open. A lot of talk about which is a bigger choke this season. Was it Jon Rahm blowing a 4 shot lead headed to the back nine for the Olympic gold medal, or was it Rory McIlroy missing? And I'm being generous here, a 3 foot 7 inch putt to tie Bryson DeChambeau to go to a playoff at the U.S. Open.
I think that's pretty easy. I think it's Jon Rahm blowing the lead in day 4 for the Olympics. You look at the round he shot, and the whole back nine was just he just couldn't put anything together. I think, and honestly, what I think it was he had one thing go wrong, and then he was rattled by it, and then everything else went downhill from there. I mean, that's what it looks like, right? I'm not there. I'm not in the guy's head. But when you look at his final 9 holes, it it's a complete collapse. So, and I just personally, I've been there more times than I can count. And so like that's
Never been
much
a potential
worse.
in anything anymore.
Right. No, never in a
Right.
professional environment. But I mean, I feel like a collapse the last day and is so much worse than missing one putt.
Okay, I take that point. I will say though, the putt that Jon Rahm missed, I think it was on 15. I think 15 was the par five where he doubled. That he his approach in his third shot. So he didn't even go for the green in two. His third shot, he yanked dead left into like this deep rough. And they had just shown Hideki Matsui do the exact same thing. And Matsui
Matsui.
Matsui, so I call him Matsuyama.
Oh, we're not racist, is we?
Jake
Close.
will.
Matsui.
That one was rough. Um, Matsuyama
There we go.
chipped out and got up and down and made his par like the group right before Rahm. And so Rahm had like the identical shot and chipped it, left it on the right side of the hole, like an uphill putt, and just absolutely blasted his par putt by there, like 4 feet by on a 5 foot putt. I mean, he had a 9 footer uphill instead of hitting a 5 footer uphill, and then missed the putt coming back, got seven. It's interesting that just that really is what was the difference, because going into that hole, he was tied with Tommy Fleetwood at the top. And
Good for Tommy, by the way.
good for Tommy. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, happy for Tom.
Awesome.
Silver medalist. Hideki Matsui getting the bronze. Also, fantastic stuff. But like the 54 hole thing, I know you guys are going to talk about this in a second. It doesn't make sense because he was leading after 64 holes, 65 holes, 66 holes, 67 holes. Like that's a lot more than 54. Anyway, Jay.
I mean, the whole idea that now that he plays for Liv and he can't compete after 54 holes is fucking stupid. If that's your argument, shut the fuck up forever. Like you're not an adult. You shouldn't have access to a phone or the internet.
Perfectly said. Jay, bigger choke, Rory, Rahm.
Between the three guys, right? Like, I know you're only talking about two right now, but between Rahm, Rory, and then a guy like Scheffler, I feel like Rory has all this pressure on him in the media constantly because of the major thing, right? 10 years since a major. Is he ever going to win one again? Blah, blah, blah. You got Rahm. Everybody's doubting that he can go, 4 days and play and compete now that he's on live. So he's got tons of pressure to win. So you put those guys in an Olympic situation, whatever. You put Rory in that situation where, oh, this is my chance to finally win a major after 10 years. This is all everybody ever talks about. The pressure those guys have is unbelievable. Now you look at a guy like Scheffler. Also pressure all the time to win, right? All he does is win. But to him, he goes out every single time saying, I'm probably going to win. I'm good enough to win. I proved that already. So let's just go out and play golf. The other two, they feel like they have to win. Because if they don't, Rahm sucks. Rory sucks. They can't compete. Blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, both of them, no matter what, it's extremely difficult to play in a big situation like they did. Bigger choke? I think they were both big chokes, but I think Rory, man, he had it right there. Like, Rahm slowly declined towards the end there, the last 9 holes, and lost it. Yes, but he lost it for himself. It was his to win, but Rory was there. He only needed, 3 holes? I think it was 16 and 18 he botched, or was it 17, 18? I forget, but he was right there. He literally just needed to do a couple things. And DeChambeau put himself in a bad position on 18 and just happened to step up, and Rory didn't. So I think the choke is Rory.
Cheech, you're our resident PGA guy. Of course, we know that you were as happy as anybody to see Scotty Scheffler win again. So let's just look at this in a bigger picture. Rahm has won 2 majors in the last 3 seasons, including the Masters last year. So it hasn't been that long since he's been at the top of the game. Rory, on the other hand, hasn't won a major a decade. Like Jay was saying, the added pressure. But all Rory had to do was make a 3'7" putt. Rahm still had to make all the shots down the stretch. Does that make
two,
any difference?
two, two, three, 3 foot putts.
Right.
Yes, it does make a difference. I mean, didn't Rahm shoot like 3 or 4 under on the front nine
He
and
did.
was pretty much cruising
Yeah.
He
till
did.
that hole he doubled and then it all fell apart from there. I mean, he
And
had
that's
it,
expected in golf. That happened.
well, but both if you think about it, both guys had it.
Yes.
Rory had it in his hand to make 2 3 foot putts, and we were not having this conversation about him choking. All right. I mean, and like you said, Rahm played 14 good holes, pretty much had it in the bag, and didn't waste it away. Like I said, I didn't get to see any of it of the meltdown because I was upset to watch it when I saw that what happened to him. But as far as bigger choke, I got to go Rahm. I think it's a bigger choke because he had it. He was so close to having it. I think he always gets mad and he gets frustrated. It just one thing went to another, and he just couldn't stop himself from.
I have a question for the four of you guys. I know one is individual accolades and another one is playing for your country. But what do you think to the players is more important to them, major victories or an Olympic medal? Olympic gold medal. Tough question.
It is a tough question.
I'm gonna say.
What would it be for you?
I'm gonna say it's Olympic gold medal.
Okay.
Based on the fact that we're talking about something that only happens once every 4 years, right? So the frequency is, in order to stay at the top of your game so you can make it to the next Olympics is difficult, right? You think about that, just like getting there, because the majors happen every year, right? So they can, for the most part, a lot of these guys are all going to go back to all the majors, right? So, but this only happens every 4 years. It is in a different place every 4 years. You know what I mean? So,
but winning is what I'm saying, not just going. Like if they're in the majors every year and they're coming in 16th place, but that one major they get, do you think that one major they get in their career? I'm not talking about guys that win multiple majors. The one major, like a Wyndham Clark.
Oh, okay.
Like is
That's
that
different.
one major that U.S. Open to him mean more than if he came in and won the gold medal in the Olympics? I don't know.
I feel like the Olympics
not
is more
one
important.
major.
That's just me. Because I mean, you have plenty of players that are monetarily motivated, and they're like, "Fuck the Olympics, give me that money." Because if I win a major, I get a big bag of money.
Right.
I don't know.
For some people, it's more about the country. It's more about
right, and that's the way I look at it. Obviously, I'm not going to piss on anybody for feeling otherwise, unless it's you, Jay. But I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, except for you.
Understood.
Teach, what do you think?
Well, when Jay said that winning one major or winning a gold medal, I would have to lean towards a gold medal. But win 4 or 5 majors is like a guy like like Tiger or like a Scheffler or Mickelson. Like, is it going to be list all your majors first and then the gold medal, or is the gold medal going to be listed above?
That's my question.
I mean, is winning a gold medal going to put you in the Golf Hall of Fame? No. If that's the only thing you win. You know what I mean? So it depends on one major or 5 majors.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. But it's a tough question to answer.
It is.
I'm not going to hide from this. I'm not going to hide from the question. I'm going to answer it.
It's cute that you thought you had a choice.
Yeah, majors are more important than the gold medal.
I feel the same way in a way. Not that I'm not pro-America. Like that's what the comments are going to say now. Oh, these two are they're totally against the country.
Nobody really cares what you have to say, Jay.
If you're if golf is your life, I feel like majors are the most important thing.
Yeah, you're going to be.
So maybe I'm wrong. Again, this is just coming from us, but I think those mean more to real golfers than an Olympic medal.
You're not wrong. I do think there's one big though here. I think the Olympic gold medal really meant a lot more to Scottie Scheffler than it did to any of the other players in that field. Like his life is much different. His golf life is much different than everybody else's. He's, besides the fact that a rent-a-cop tried to, get him arrested, like he's stayed out of most things. He does really push hard with the religious stuff, which is fine. That's his life. But like, as far as, he's got the family life. He isn't, he's an outspoken really about anything. Like, yeah, he's anti-live, but that's more of, his Christian side versus Muslim thing, I think. I'm not going to speak for him, but you know, but for him, like I think his values are much different. Like, even when you went back and looked beforehand, they made him write on like a whiteboard this corny ass thing, like, what is the best thing that could happen to you this week? Like, every other player in the field wrote gold medal. Scotty Scheffler wrote have fun.
Have
like,
fun.
That says enough about Scotty
He
Scheffler.
did.
It says enough about Scotty Scheffler. Now, it also says, like, if the number one player in the world doesn't think the gold medal's equal to a major, then a gold medal ain't equal to the major. You know what I mean? Like, Tiger's career, and much as I hate Tiger, and I know I'm not supposed to talk about him, I'm not going to talk negatively about him here. I'm going to be positive for the first time maybe ever on the show. But Tiger never won a gold medal. But it ain't a tick against his career that he never won a gold medal. You know what I mean? You're not going to hold that against Tiger.
But that's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
It only elevates Scotty Scheffler's career as far as, like, of course he wants to win 40 majors, but I do agree with you. I think one of the guys out there, and maybe there's many more, but one of the guys, definitely Scotty Scheffler, who puts that on a potentially higher pedestal. More for his country.
But Aaron,
resume.
You don't think that if they had golf in the Olympics back when Tiger was in his prime, Tiger wouldn't have won 3 or 4 gold medals?
Oh no, for sure he would have won gold medals. But I'm just saying that
nobody.
It doesn't.
But I'm saying he didn't get the chance.
He never got the chance. He never got the chance.
I know what you're saying, but he never got the chance.
No one. I'm going to say this right now. Like, Justin Rose is not gonna. His career is not going to be defined by his medal. It's just not. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not. Xander Schauffele, we got to talk about him. Tied for the lead heading into 4th round. 2 major championships already. Failed to medal. His season is no less.
Right, but here's the thing: he's a defending Olympic gold medalist and won 2 majors this year. Gold medalist. That, to me, pushes his resume up a little bit, right?
Sure.
Because he was a gold medalist, but now he's also a 2-time in the same season. I mean, that kind of elevates it. And it's because of the majors that elevates it. Nobody was like, ooh, Xander Schauffele, the gold medalist. Yes, it's an extremely amazing feat, but you're right. That didn't define his career. Now he's got 2 majors. Now he's on the upper echelon of golf.
Yeah.
So that's what raised it, I think. I agree.
For sure. We talked about how, like, important this, or I talked about how important this was for Scotty Scheffler. The media tried to really make this thing the most important for Tom Kim. I need to say this right now because
I was just going to say that.
People have been talking this story about how Tom Kim, he would be able to get out of mandatory military service for South Korea. But it only takes like 5 seconds to Google this. Tom Kim does not owe South Korea any military service. He only plays for South Korea because of his nationality, not because of his residency. So he doesn't owe them military service. He never owed them military service. As long as he doesn't go back to live in South Korea, he is free to not have to serve in their military. He can't now join our military. Like, they do have certain clauses for citizens outside of their country. But so there was Golf Channel really harped on this, so much so that they showed him signing his scorecard in 5th place. He wasn't mad. He wasn't mad that he has to go on the front lines of some war. That's not what happened. Like, he's mad because he came up 1 shot short of being in a playoff with Hideki Matsuyama for the bronze medal. Yeah, that's why he was upset. I mean, so again, another guy who showed that, like, his pride for his nationality is up there. Also, doesn't have a major championship, right? So
it depends on the guy, too.
Yeah, it does.
It's really person by person. It really does.
Like, I'm sure
if somebody's never won a major in their career, but at the late in their career they win a gold medal, that helps out big time,
For sure. I'm sure Tommy Fleetwood is super upset that he came in silver. I mean, he's happy. He represented his Great Britain well, but it would have meant a lot to Tommy Fleetwood to win that gold medal, for sure. Wow, dang! I didn't think we were gonna do like 25 minutes on the Olympics. That was pretty awesome.
Question: Great Britain. Tom was playing, or
Thought that was the
Tommy
idea.
Fleetwood. What about the guys that played for England? So now Great Britain is like Scotland,
Wales.
Wales.
That
But I don't understand. Like
no, that's Great.
England's not
That's
part of
great.
That's
that.
That's
Great.
yeah, he is. No, he
It's
is.
Great Britain.
Yeah, that's Great Britain.
It's Great Britain.
Right. But then there was people that were playing for England.
I don't
Isn't
think so.
Tommy Fleetwood? I
I don't
thought
think
there was.
There were Ireland
Really?
people.
No,
Ireland is
no,
not
it's
part
just
of Great
Great
Britain.
Yeah, I
Britain.
saw
Yeah,
that. Okay, I thought I saw England.
yeah,
Maybe it
There's
was a different
Ireland.
one.
No, it's GBR.
yeah, yeah. So that's Scotland, Wales, and England.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
their team. Oh let's 4 more years now until we get the Olympics again. Let's get this out of the way. Do you guys think that the way that the Olympic teams are selected for golf is the right way? Currently using the OWGR top 60 to determine the players. And then outside the top 60, this part's really weird. Like India got a team in the golf event, but none of their guys were in the top 60. So they selected 2 players. So some people, like the United States of America, they didn't get to select their team. They had 4 players in the top 60. So all 4 players were on the United States. Other teams had 1 player in the top 60. So that person was guaranteed on the team. And then a second player got selected. Like the system isn't the same for every nation. So
Well, obviously, there's 60 people in the top,
right.
and there's more than 60 countries in the world.
Right.
And like you just said, 4 of them were from the United States. So it's like, okay, fucking obviously, Zimbabwe, if they want to field, send golfers for the Olympics, like they can, but they get to pick whoever the fuck they want. Oh, the prime minister's brother wants to golf for Zimbabwe. Great. Tell him to grab his bag.
Go ahead, send them.
But shouldn't the rules
Right.
shouldn't the rules be the same for every nation?
Well, they can't be.
Yeah, but it is and it isn't. If you don't
No,
have
it
enough
can't.
in the top 60, then you have to do what you have to do.
Why not make it the top 1,000?
Because is there a top
Well,
1,000?
it could still work out that way where
Right.
India
It could still work out.
has
India
all-
might have the 1,000 first best.
Anirban Lahiri
You're
and
right. Damn, that's a shot. We love you, Bonsta. Dang, that was cold. Damn, Jerome, don't let him do that to the Crushers on his show.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm saying
It's all right. He
What,
doesn't.
they
He
got-
doesn't
they're gonna
even
recruit
fucking know
who?
that. He doesn't even know
They're gonna
like Great
recruit
Britain
Austin?
and the UK, and like he has no idea.
That's true.
And about any of the countries
says
that
the
are
guy
actually
who
in
could
Europe.
make the Saudi Arabian team.
They're gonna recruit Austin.
Well, all right. That's a good segue. Let's talk about our trip. We're going to RTJ. We're going to Alabama. We'll play some golf, boys.
86 holes in 4 days.
Jerome, give them the rundown. Tell them what we're doing.
So day 1, Thursday in
popcorn
the
ready.
afternoon, we are playing 18. Where, Jay? What's the name of the course in
Called
outside
the
Atlanta?
The Fields in LaGrange, Georgia.
Okay, it's outside Atlanta, southwest of Atlanta. So we're playing 18 there, and then we are playing 18 at Robert Trent Jones.
Yep. On Friday we're playing
On Friday
Lynx
afternoon,
course.
we're playing the Lynx, and then in the morning we're playing the executive
Short course.
the short course, and in the afternoon on Saturday we're playing lake course.
Lynx again.
Lynx again. Oh, and then Sunday morning we're playing
We're
lakes.
playing Lake. Yep.
Lake. Yeah. So it'll be a lot.
And it's all at Grand National.
Yeah.
Is the course.
Yes. Yes. Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail has many courses. That's right. So,
All throughout the state of Alabama. So
Yes.
we're going to be in the Auburn side, but they're in Birmingham and Mobile and all the different places. You left out the
And
best
lots of
part.
drinking.
I was going to say, you left out the best part, man. We are
Lots of drinking with the bison.
We're staying on a bison ranch. So this is what I need. I need people who know anything about bison, because there's no way anyone on this trip knows a thing about bison.
I'm actually quite the bison enthusiast. I dated a
I
few.
know that they taste good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's something.
Okay, that's
Right?
something.
They taste good.
I bet 30% of our trip think that bison have wings. Because isn't that like the Buffalo Wild Wing thing?
Wow. You
All right,
That's
enough.
a
We're
buffalo,
done.
fucking Aaron.
Wait, what's the difference? That's what I'm saying. I don't know the difference. You don't know the difference either.
it's a different species.
Of what? A cow?
No, I'm
It's not a
pretty sure it's
cow.
all-
Come on.
There are
Oh,
different breeds of cows.
And is bison not one of them?
No, of course not. They're related. That's like saying a dolphin and a whale are the same thing.
No, that's not the same.
Exactly.
How old do
No,
you
I'm
think?
saying that's not the same. It's like
Okay.
saying
It's like saying a killer whale and a blue whale are the same thing.
a whale.
Yeah, they're whales. That's what I'm saying. A bison's
That's what
a
he's
cow,
saying. He's
right?
gotta
A bison's a
It's not
cow,
a
right?
cow. It is not a cow.
Does it have nipples?
Can you milk it?
I have nipples, Greg.
Yes.
Can you milk me?